Got off to a good start, shared the basketball early, made shots. Jacoby Gordon was big for us tonight. We knew he was going to have a breakout game like Malik did at Arlington last Saturday at any time. And it came at a great time tonight. Dude was in early foul trouble first few minutes of the game trying to guard O'Meara, so put us behind the eight ball. And we did a pretty good job in the first half. Our goal was to win the second half. We go up 20. Brian goes out. Theo had to sit for a while with 4 fouls. We lost focus offensively, but more importantly, defensively. Gave up one stretch, I think it was 11 of 15 baskets on the other end. So Eaton came to play. I told the guys at halftime he was going to come and come hard. Fields gets hurt, and he's out as well. So that's a trade-off for Brea. And then Christian Willis gets hot, and Farrington, those two guys go 5 for 6 from 3. Hit some big shots, and a couple of breaks went their way, and they got right back into it. So we needed a close game at the end, and we got one.
So, Coach, was this a talk about, Theo had the big game, and then it seemed like y'all wanted to attack him from the perimeter, and then y'all went to Theo later in the first half. Is that kind of all the plan?
No, we were going inside out. We threw it in some early and got a couple of buckets too. It seems like when we needed one, we really got it in there. But give them credit. They choked it off a little bit. Even late in the game, Kevin, we were trying to throw it inside on a play. Cedric had in the corner, and he was open inside. We tried to move the players around a little bit and not let them load up and still go inside. But they took it away some and did a good job. They've got a nice team. I mean, they play hard. They've got good guards, and give them credit. They did a great job second half.
I think he made 3 of 4 at the end. Did you have confidence with Harper at the line there late?
Yeah, he's a good shooter. He made a big 3 for us tonight too. I thought his energy was good, and we turned it over a few times. But yeah, he did a great job for us, I thought, and was good on defense as well.
What's been the key with Jacoby? Was he just not really physically ready yet for big minutes early in the season, or did he just have to win his way into the lineup for minutes with those other guys down there, or what was going on with him?
Well, it's probably a little bit of both. He was out of shape when he got here. He hadn't played in a while and had the opportunity to get some minutes, get in somewhat of physical shape. And then he just got off to a poor start shooting the ball. And he's a very good shooter, but he got off to a poor start and came out of it last week. I thought Friday and Saturday he played pretty good at Arlington. And then today he jumped out and did a good job too. But just really a physical conditioning. And then he's had some leg issues in the past too, and he's not the best runner on our team. And this group's pretty fast today, so it was a challenge for him to get back and get ahead of the pack on defense. But really proud of his effort today, and he was huge for us.
Y'all are starting to see that game-to-game consistency from the perimeter shooting now that you've been kind of saying that it's going to happen, it's going to happen. So do you kind of feel like this is kind of what you were talking about?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job shooting it tonight. I mean, except for the fact that Malik goes 5 for 5, and we talked about him last week, and he shoots a couple of air balls tonight when he could have kept going to the basket. But Cedric made a couple as well and got us going. But we've shot the ball pretty well from 3, and hopefully that'll continue. We got to get to the free throw line more. It seemed like tonight in the first half we didn't get a free throw attempt. They got 7. And in the second half, they got a few as well. So we've got to get back to the free throw line and be able to score there.
Coach, Jacoby said that when he was going through his slump that his teammates and coaches really helped him and remained positive, and that meant a lot to him. Just from a witness standpoint, what did you see the team kind of telling him throughout this season that led up to a performance like he had tonight?
Well, they've all been supportive of him, and he's a great teammate. He does a good job encouraging others, and he knows that he can't play for big minutes right now at a time. As we talked about earlier, he's still trying to get back into shape physically and get his wind up. And 4 or 5 minutes is about what he can handle right now. But he was open today, he shot it in. And I think a lot of that was because of his teammates' encouragement and coaches as well. And I've continued, Kobe and I have a good relationship. And I think that he is a guy that's going to step up and do this for us, hopefully more in the future.
What did you tell them to do to adjust to listening for the shot clock instead of the habit of looking up?
Yeah, it was a challenge for this to happen, and got us off to a bad start, really, or delayed start, I should say. We came out and played well. We talked about we've had adversity all season, and don't let this determine how the two teams play when we get out there. And we got off to a great start, made some shots, and were able to block that out. It was really never a factor. But then at the end of the game, it does become a factor, right? When you don't have the clock out there. So until it got under 30 and we didn't have to call it out, then it was certainly something that we had to be aware of.
You think it makes it easier to like hear it as opposed to the visual?
It could be. Certainly it was different. And I thought our PA announcer at the table did an excellent job with it, being thrust into that position. But it was unfortunate that it happened. It delayed the game some. But it was something I hope would get corrected, obviously, for
Maybe
next time. And don't have to do this again anywhere.
Maybe you need to start at 4:30 every game if it's going to mean a sweep.
Yeah, well, we got 2. That's the main thing. So I told the guys it wasn't pretty, and we still haven't played for 40 minutes yet at home. We went in at halftime, guys, and talked about let's win the second half. 2 Saturdays ago, we were up 42-32. We're up 41-29 today, I believe. And
Right.
Let that go. The Saturday before that, we were up 24-24 at the half, and let that game go. So I felt like we had more energy. We were better rested. We got a great night's sleep and recovery with our whoop scores last night. And BJ Duplantis said that was huge. And we subbed a little bit more, too. I thought we stayed fresh for the most part. But our goal was to go out and win the second half. And we were doing that for a while, actually, and increased the lead. And then it went from 10-2 in a hurry, it seemed like.
What you mentioned it a little bit there, but to be able to get the sweep, what does that do for this team moving forward?
Well, this was big because we had to get some separation. And, we're in the middle third of the season, 2 games down. Now we've got 4 in a row on the road. We've got to go to Texas State and to Arkansas State for this rest of this middle. And these are all huge. We certainly have to continue to win and take care of our business and try to stay up in the upper half of the West.